Who would have thought that a fictional monster will overshadow many heroes in business and imprint its impression as one of the most loved characters of all time? An enormous, destructive prehistoric sea monster awakened and empowered by nuclear radiation, who later on was nearly impossible to stop and was conceived as a metaphor for nuclear weapons. You know who I'm talking about, right? Wait a minute. Guess like you're new to the topic. No worries. Stay till the end of the video to get to know who and what is all about
Godzilla.
Welcome back to Evo Chronicles, where we showcase the evolution of movies, video games, and characters. And in this video, we are going to see the evolution of Godzilla. Godzilla is a fictional monster, or Kaiju, originating from a series of Japanese films. The character first appeared in the 1954 film Godzilla and became a worldwide pop culture icon, appearing in various media, including 32 films produced by Toho, 4 Hollywood films. Well, indeed, a huge number, isn't it? Imagine the popularity it's gained over the years. The original Godzilla is a prehistoric amphibious sea creature that was disturbed and burned when an American hydrogen bomb test conducted in the Pacific Ocean destroyed his habitat and drew him to the surface. Godzilla unleashed his rage upon humanity, destroying any ships in his vicinity, and eventually laying waste to Odo Island and the city of Tokyo. Daisuke Serizawa eventually used his invention, the oxygen destroyer, to kill Godzilla, while taking his own life to ensure the weapon could never be used again. Now, I'm here not to explain what happened in the movie or what and how things turned around. Every movie has sought such scenarios that you can guess easily. But today, here, you're going to get to know the size of the humongous monster. Let's take a ride from the start to the finish. Godzilla, 1954. Atomic anxiety was omnipresent in the world of the mid-20th century, but more so in Japan, where the tragic consequences of nuclear weapons were made very, very real. Godzilla was an avatar for all that, birthed by humanity's blasted hubris and penchant for self-destruction. Godzilla's appearance varies from film to film, but he's always resembled a giant dinosaur that stands upright like a human. Godzilla has 3 rows of maple leaf-shaped dorsal plates running down his back, and generally possesses charcoal gray-colored skin. In the Godzilla movie, which got released in 1954, the Gojira was 50 meters tall, 122 meters long, and weighed 20,000 tons. My God, that isn't a tiny creature with whom humans are meant to play with, but is a complete synonym of disaster when it strives its length while perceiving things. Godzilla Showa, 1955 through 75. Well, for the upcoming 20 years, there weren't many changes in the size of Godzilla. The only differentiable thing was, with each passing movie that we were witnessing, the intensity with which he attacks increased the bar one after the other. During his run in the Showa series, Godzilla is shown as 50 meters tall, 100 meters long, and weighs 20,000 tons. This isn't anything that differs much from the origin, but the world was going to witness was breathtaking. Godzilla, 1984 through 89. The year 1984 saw a rush of adrenaline when The Return of Godzilla movie marked its presence on the big screen. As the name indicates, this was indeed a return of Godzilla in every aspect. The size of Gojira from The Return of Godzilla to Godzilla vs. Biollante, which was released in 1989, was 80 meters tall, 190 meters long, and weighs 50,000 tons. Just compare the size with its previous appearances. That seemed as monstrous, so how would you even imagine this? The only thing that can be said is that the return marked Godzilla as ghastly. Godzilla Heisei, 1991 through 1993. The next 3 releases were quick enough to make the fans crazy all over again. Keeping them on their toes this time was a change seen in its size. The 3 movies released in quick succession were Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, released in 1991, Godzilla vs. Mothra, that came in 1992, and Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 in 1993. From Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah to Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, Godzilla is 100 meters tall, 212.5 meters long, and weighs 60,000 tons. With each film providing continuity to the other films and bringing Godzilla back as a destructive force of nature that is feared by humans. The biological nature and science behind Godzilla became a much more discussed issue in the films, showing the increased focus on the moral aspects of genetics. Burning Godzilla, 1994. Even though the size remained the same in this edition, many scary things came to light. For the first time, a burning Godzilla marked its presence. To create the critical mass appearance of Godzilla for this movie, sections of the costume were removed, and approximately 200 tiny red, orange, and yellow light bulbs were inserted. This really gave a visual treat to all the fans all over the world. Godzilla 2000. In Godzilla 2000, Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, and the Kiryu saga, Godzilla is 55 meters tall, 122.5 meters long, and weighs 25,000 tons. The Kiryu saga Godzilla does not display much of a defined personality, and is depicted as a destructive force of nature acting primarily on instinct. It is suggested that a primary reason for this Godzilla's rampages is the fact that he's attacked by Kiryu, who contains the remains of another Godzilla. This Godzilla does not appear to become violent or attack unless he's attacked first, after which he will lash out and brutally attack his enemies. This incarnation of Godzilla actually displays a lower degree of durability compared to many past incarnations. This was the only thing that held this Godzilla back. Godzilla GMK 2001. In Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah Giant Monsters All-Out Attack, Godzilla is 60 meters tall, 120 meters long, and weighs 30,000 tons. The film places Godzilla in an antagonistic role, possessed by the souls of those that were killed during World War II, while Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Baragon team up to defeat it. This was the thing which can be pointed out to accept its humongous size. Godzilla Final Wars 2004. When a mysterious race of aliens known as Zillions arrive on Earth, the Earth Defense Force finds themselves locked in battle with various monsters attacking cities around the world, leading them to revive the only chance to save their planet. In Godzilla Final Wars, Godzilla is 100 meters tall, 200 meters long, and weighs 55,000 tons, which just looked like beating this creature was almost an impossible task. Godzilla Legendary 2014. For Godzilla's return, it was determined to grant the King of the Monsters a newly revamped appearance that didn't seem radically different from the established Godzilla designs. This Godzilla's face is blocky, his neck is broad, and is the first iteration of the character to feature gills. His eyes are small with a golden yellow color, and his teeth are also relatively small and nowhere nearly as straightly lined up as in previous Godzillas. In this, the Godzilla is 108.2 meters tall, 167.74 meters long, and weighs 90,000 tons. Fierce in its approach, it devastated almost everything. Shin Godzilla 2016. In the film, politicians struggle with bureaucratic red tape in order to deal with the sudden appearance of a giant monster that evolves whenever it's attacked. This incarnation of the monster first appeared in the 2016 film Shin Godzilla, where it detailed how the monster arrived and proceeded to wreak havoc on Japan. Godzilla shambles forward slowly but methodically, almost ignoring everything in his way, be it civilians, buildings, or the fire from a combined force of Japanese helicopters and tanks. With this, he shows no outright intentional hostile expressions. This Godzilla may be a mindless force of destruction, with no course of thought, emotion, or intent. The size of this new Godzilla is 118.5 meters or 389 feet tall, over 10 meters or 33 feet taller than Godzilla 2014, but not taller than Godzilla from King of the Monsters. Shin is the second tallest live-action Godzilla in history. Godzilla Earth 2017. Godzilla Planet of the Monsters was released in 2017, while having two sequels, Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle and Godzilla the Planet Eater. These became sensational soon after their release. The movie follows a group of human refugees who attempt to recolonize Earth 20,000 years after the planet was taken over by Godzilla. Godzilla Earth is by far the tallest Godzilla incarnation to date, standing over 318 meters tall, considerably taller than the final form of Shin Godzilla. Godzilla Earth is also the heaviest Godzilla incarnation at 100,000 metric tons, surpassing the 92,000 metric ton weight of Shin Godzilla. Now, this is a serious threat to humanity if this creature shows up in reality. American movies. The craze that erupted carried all the way towards the American movie lines, starting from the very first movie. Godzilla was theatrically released on May 20th, 1998. In the film, authorities investigate and battle a giant monster who migrates to New York City to nest its young. In the 1998 film, TriStar's Godzilla is portrayed as a territorial, piscivorous, 180-foot or 54.86 meter tall, mutated lizard. The next appearance of the movie came in the year 2014 with the same name as Godzilla 2014. In Godzilla 2014, Godzilla is 355 feet or 108 meters tall, followed by Godzilla King of the Monsters in 2019 and Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. Here, his height increased to 394 feet or 120 meters tall. No matter what the size, the destruction is always at its best. So that's all for today's video. Hope a bit of curiosity would have certainly arisen if you were watching it for the first time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Evo Chronicles and hit the notification bell so that you can always be notified by our regular updates. We'll be back soon to enlighten you with another character. Till then, stay connected.